Greetings, Guardians of Dominion. Zeus here with another enlightening video. Today, we're talking about how Galahad, who was never even considered among the top 5 tanks before, has now become one of the most dangerous tanks in Hero Wars after Lyria's debut. In this video, we'll break down how his position changed, what makes him so powerful now, and why many players are starting to see Galahad in a completely new way. Let's get into it. Galahad has always been the face of Hero Wars. He's in countless ads, trailers, and images. But for a long time, his actual performance in the game didn't live up to his iconic status. Even after receiving his Ascension skills, Galahad was not widely accepted as a top hero. In fact, he was often forgotten. You rarely saw him in Guild War defenses, arena battles, Clash of Worlds, or even Asgard game modes. But everything changed the moment Liria was introduced to the game. Almost overnight, Galahad went from being one of the least used heroes to becoming extremely popular, securing his place in many defensive setups. So what exactly happened that suddenly made Galahad so strong? The secret lies in Galahad's design. He's not like the typical tanks we're used to seeing in Hero Wars. Normally, tanks focus on protecting their team, using defensive artifacts like armor or, in Aurora's case, dodge. Julius, for example, doesn't have a defensive artifact, but his skills focus on defense and team protection. Galahad, however, takes a completely different approach. His entire skill set is offensive. Even his artifact boosts physical attack for the entire team, something you simply don't see on any other tank. This offensive nature is what makes him so dangerous when paired with the right team. The most powerful tool in Galahad's kit is his skill, Iron Skies. In this attack, Galahad brings down the Sword of Justice directly on his enemies' heads. With his Ascension upgrade, Iron Skies becomes even deadlier by applying retaliation to enemies who have less than 30% health remaining. His Violet skill, Pride of Haroon, further amplifies this by adding pure damage to Iron Skies. Fully upgraded, Galahad is capable of striking with up to 12 swords, 7 from the base skill, and an additional 5 from his Ascension upgrade. If we break down the numbers, each sword delivers 29,000 physical damage and 17,000 pure damage, which totals around 550,000 damage from a fully executed Iron Skies, and that's without any team support or boosts. But once Galahad is properly supported, his damage skyrockets to an entirely different level. In one of the test battles, with full team synergy, we saw a single sword hit for 150,000 damage. This happens when you combine multiple support factors: pets, war flag patterns, artifact activations, Sebastian's critical hit boost, and the armor penetration buffs provided by Tristan and Lyria. Tristan also increases the team's physical attack, stacking even more power into Galahad's swords. In the same footage, you can clearly see pure damage spikes reaching around 35,000. At this level, Galahad's offensive power can completely wipe out the enemy team. So if Galahad is capable of this kind of damage, why was he underperforming for so long? The answer lies in dodge mechanics. While his attacks are devastating, they can still be dodged by heroes like Dante and Aurora. For years, these two dodge-based heroes dominated defenses, creating an environment where Galahad couldn't break through. There simply wasn't room for him to shine, because most defenses revolved around high dodge synergy. But with Lyria's debut, everything shifted. What makes Liria so important isn't just that she reduces dodge, it's how deeply she affects the entire mechanics of dodge-based teams. Her passive aura reduces dodge by nearly 30,000 points, calculated as 30% of her physical attack plus a flat 6,500 bonus. That's a massive cut, instantly neutralizing one of the biggest defenses heroes like Dante and Aurora rely on. On top of that, her aura causes affected enemies to receive extra physical damage from physical attacks, scaling at 10% of her physical attack. This means that every hit from Galahad, who already deals huge physical damage, becomes even deadlier. As a result, Galahad's swords land more consistently, his attacks deal more amplified damage, and dodge heroes lose their main defensive advantage. This perfect synergy finally allowed Galahad to break through the barrier that held him back for years, transforming him into one of the most dangerous offensive tanks in today's game. One of the most popular team setups these days features Galahad as the frontline tank with Oliver, Tristan with Fenris, Lyria with Biscuit, Sebastian with Albus, and Lara Croft, who can be paired either with Mara or Vex. Personally, I prefer using Mara on Lara Croft because of the additional stun control Mara brings to the fight. For the team pet, Axel usually delivers the best performance, offering great protection to the entire team. However, I often use Chorus instead, even when Sebastian is already in the lineup, just to have that extra layer of safety against negative effects and control teams. So far, we've already discussed Galahad's offensive role and part of what Liria brings to the table. But Lyria's contribution goes even further. Thanks to her artifact, she provides additional armor penetration to the whole team, which helps Galahad, Lara Croft, and the other physical attackers bypass enemy armor and deliver full damage directly to their targets. On top of that, Liria also creates a bond with Lara Croft, granting her vampirism, which helps Lara sustain herself during fights while she unleashes massive damage. Tristan works in a very similar way. His artifact also adds armor penetration to the team, stacking even more penetration when combined with Liria. But what makes Tristan's synergy with Galahad so unique is that both of them belong to the Blessed faction. This shared faction opens up special interactions and buffs that further boost their combined performance, making them even more dangerous when played together. Sebastian plays his usual crucial role by increasing the team's critical hit chance, allowing the entire team to deal more double damage critical hits. In addition, his skill striking solo applies pure damage even to heroes who don't naturally deal pure damage, adding another source of damage that bypasses armor and makes it harder for the enemy team to survive. And finally, while Galahad delivers huge amounts of damage himself, Lara Croft remains the primary damage dealer in this lineup. Her consistent and rapid attacks, combined with stuns and the team's multiple layers of armor penetration and critical damage, allow her to shred through enemy teams very quickly. And there you have it. Galahad's rise from one of the most forgotten tanks to one of the most dangerous offensive powerhouses in Hero Wars shows just how much synergy, team building, and timing matter in this game. With Lyria's debut changing the battlefield and the perfect combination of Tristan, Sebastian, Lara Croft, and the right pets, Galahad has finally taken the spotlight he was always meant to have. Now I want to hear from you. Have you already tried this Galahad setup? Do you have other combinations that worked even better for you? Drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Your feedback always helps the entire community. And if you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated with more guides, strategies, and deep dives into Hero Wars, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications, so you never miss the next video. As always, Guardians, salute and friendship.